And yet the rich man says, I am rich. The poor man says, I am poor. Why? Very simple question. Bolo. Both of them have empty pockets, right? Yet one man says, I am rich. And the other says, I am poor. Why? Because what? The rich man identifies not with his empty pocket, but his full bank account. Have you understood that? And the poor man, nothing here, nothing there. So he is, have you got this point? If you have understood this, when do you identify with that which is empty, which is incomplete, which is finite? When you don't know, and supposing, a Hindi movie, okay. In Hindi movie, what happens? These two are friends. And then one day, it so happened that these friends, they went swimming. Normally, they would just go for a walk. So he removed his shirt, and then what does he see? He sees a birthmark on his poor friend's hand. This is Hindi movie. You don't know Hindi movies? What are you talking? He sees that birthmark and he says, hey, this birthmark, you, Arey, mera bhai. You don't know the story? At birth we were separated and you went your way and I, tu mera bhai hai. No. Was this poor man ever poor? No, he was never poor. Now that he knows that this is the brother, all of a sudden he feels rich. Have you got this point? Now what? He was rich, but he never felt rich. Why? Because he was ignorant of his richness. Isn't it true? If you have understood this, you and I identify with the incomplete, the finite, because we don't know our infinite nature. Our infinite nature, we are in ignorance of, so we identify with the finite, and the finite, by very nature being finite, there will always be, I want this, I want this, I want to be complete, if I get one more Coke, I will be complete. One more wife, more complete. So this is the type of thing I want. This is the nature of desire. Have you all understood? Now, very interesting. When do you actually, and what do you desire? Whatever. Now, it's very, very, again, very interesting. What is this? Huh? My watch, thank you. Now, is it a good watch? Huh? Now what to Swamiji, if your watch, how to say it's not a very, it's an ordinary, simple ordinary. Anyway, so just to make me happy, say it. Na? It's a nice watch, Swamiji, very nice watch. Okay, fine. Now if I tell you that, you may think it is like that, but this is like solid, whatever, I don't know, gold or, it's priceless and this, etc. Okay. It's got, what? It can be sold in that, Sotheby's or something like that, and it will get you so many this. Okay, then you say, really, my God. Now, first it's a watch. Then you look at it and you say, it's so beautiful. It's lovely. No problem. Till that time, there is no problem at all. It's a good watch. It's a watch and it's a good watch. No problem. It's real also. Of course, it's showing the time. Very much so. So it's a good watch. It's a beautiful watch. Till that time, no problem. Supposing and imagine, this watch costs 1 crore. And there are actually watches which cost 1 crore rupees. Are you aware of that? I have actually seen one watch. They only showed it to me. They didn't give it to me. So, this watch. Now, imagine if this was this 1 crore watch, 1 crore rupees watch. Now, supposing I say, today I'm feeling in a very generous mood. After this lecture, I'll give this to anyone in the audience. Now, what happens? Bolo. Till that time, and yes, I know you're not imagining it as a 1 crore, then you know I'll never give it to you. So, you're not thinking. But if it actually happened, then what happens? मेरे को मिल जाए तो अच्छा, मेरे को मिले तो नहीं, but उसको नहीं मिलना चाहिए. Whether I get it or not, that fellow should not get it. He should not, something like that. Now this desire that I want comes. Now, 3 things have happened, actually. First, that this is a watch, and it is real. This is the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened, that it is beautiful, it is costly. This is the second thing. Till these 2 things happen, what happens? There's no problem, really. And this is also superimposition, that it is good or something. That is not really it is good or anything, it's not there. But you have superimposed the idea that it is good. Okay? You have superimposed the idea. The classic example is one man was running fast from one direction. Another man was running fast from the other direction. Both of them came and dashed against each other. And when they dashed against each other, they said, hey, why didn't you look? And he said, why didn't you look? So both of them realized it was their fault because they didn't look really, and that's why they dashed. So then they said, okay, it's okay, sorry, it doesn't matter. Then they just got a little friendly and says, hey, where are you running? What are you running so much for? So he's saying, I'm going to get married, I'm going to get married. So I'm going to go and meet that girl, I'm getting married. So he's saying, what were you running away so much, where were you running? He's saying, I'm getting divorced, I'm getting divorced. And I'm running away from her. And when they started talking, they realized it was the same girl. What? One was running away and one was running. The object is neither what? Is neither good or bad. You superimpose goodness or badness on the object. Is it true or not? When you superimpose goodness or badness, still there is no problem. After that, you do this very, very dangerous thing. You superimpose joy or sorrow. The most dangerous thing that we do is we superimpose joy or sorrow. And that is a superimposition. Because an object has neither joy nor sorrow. You superimpose joy or you superimpose sorrow. And then what happens? If you superimpose joy, I want it. Because happiness everyone wants, no exception. We want to be happy. You can't say, I know it is full of happiness, but I don't want it. No. If you say it has happiness, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. And if you superimpose unhappiness, then what? I want to get rid of it, I want to get rid of it, I want to get rid. Have you all understood this? And this thought that this has got happiness or unhappiness makes us do either pravritti or nivritti. If it is happiness, I want to go towards it. If it is unhappiness, I want to run away from it. Is it true or not? Bolo. It all happens like mathematics. Cut, 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 cut. So now, when you superimpose, see, when does the feeling of incompleteness arise? When does a desire arise? When there's a feeling of incompleteness. What will you desire? Whatever you superimpose happiness on. Have you understood now both the things? Yes? The feeling of incompleteness, the identification with the incomplete thing has given rise to, I want to become complete. The desire has come. Now what are you going to desire? I desire X, Y, Z, thinking X, Y, Z has got happiness. Have you understood that? Now, supposing I get the object that I desire, then what happens? I want more of it. Right or wrong? I like it, it must remain forever, I want more and more and more. Greed comes into play. That is why the younger brother of desire is greed. Have you got the point? Supposing your desire is not fulfilled, then the feeling that you have towards the obstacle on the path of fulfilling is called anger, right? I want to go for a movie and mommy says no. Then what happens? I get angry with mommy. Have you got the point? The one that obstructs. That is why I tell you all this. See, please, unfortunately, we are all so prejudiced against our own scriptures. Every word that I'm speaking right now is from our scriptures. Okay? But if I say I'm going to give you a talk on the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, half of you will run away. So sad. Every word I'm speaking I can quote here, there, everywhere. Kamat krodho bijayate. Said.